All right, but I wanted
Welcome,
to ask you
everybody.
something. Oh,
Thank you for joining in today. We have a special guest with us, and we're broadcasting from Port Richey, Florida, where I am, and Frankfurt, right, Pascal?
Exactly, Frankfurt, exactly.
And I want to thank Pascal for staying up beyond his bedtime and joining us today. Thank you all for being here. A little bit of Zoom stuff to get out of the way. We are going to be sharing a presentation with you, but along the way, we certainly encourage questions and welcome them all. And so please feel free to do so. We're also going to be recording this. And so if you missed something or came in late or care to share it with somebody that might benefit from seeing it, please feel free to look for it on the Family Office Insights YouTube channel. You can just Google that and it comes right up. And we're going to be posting that in a couple days so you can look at it or share it with others. It's an event of note. This isn't obviously just about Bitcoin, but this it's interesting that a few hours before this webinar, we had an opportunity to enjoy 20,800 plus for Bitcoin. And I'm sure some of you are paying attention to that. And there is, as often is the case, a disclosure on my behalf. In this case, I have an interest in the company that's about to present, CoinAnalyst, and so I just want everybody to be clear about that. And whether you're a user or an investor, don't do either if you don't want it to benefit Arthur. But if you don't mind that, please feel free to do so, just on a full disclosure item. We, as a matter of also disclosure, we've had the benefit of having Pascal here with one of his other companies earlier this month, Cogia, and I'm also pleased to say that I'm a equity owner of that company as well. And so we're super, super glad to have him again to talk about CoinAnalyst. And welcome everybody. And Pascal, you and your beautiful lakefront in the back, welcome, and it's all yours.
Great. Yeah, so I'm just right now getting my presentation in the background also going. So I hope it's possible to do this using my desktop for the Zoom to share the screen and to have the sound together. Not sure if that's possible for you to do, but if
there's another window coming up under your name, so it looks like it might be working.
Wonderful. Okay. All right, then. Good evening, everybody, and I'm excited to be here tonight, and I'm always happy to see and to have this opportunity to speak to you, to the family offices. This is exciting for me. With CoinAnalyst, this is a baby, it's a spin-off from Cogia, by the way. And Cogia, just to tell you, it's my first original company I built 10 years ago. It's a big data AI company specialized, in text mining, understanding text. I support Fortune 500 companies like BMW in 30 countries, Volkswagen, Lufthansa. And yeah, that's the base technology for CoinAnalyst. And I will just get into it soon, also how this idea came up and why this is a passion of mine. So just a couple of notes about me. I'm an Italo-German, born in Germany and raised in Germany, but Italian roots, as you can see, not looking totally German. And I did my degree in Canada. I did my first degree there. I did economics and the minor in computer science. And after that, I decided to get into IT right after university. And sorry about that. Right after university, and I went to Taiwan to do that. I did software for 20 years now. Over 20 years in business development in various companies. I was working for Samsung, was the youngest EMEA manager at the time, Europe, Middle East, and Africa at the age of 26. with long hair. It was pretty radical because it's a conservative company, Samsung, and it's the SDS division. It's not so famous. It's the system house, like system integrator house of and software house of Samsung, which makes about 1.2 billion in revenue. Had the opportunity to work also for some Silicon Valley startup as well in San Mateo, and after that, been actually over 15 years with somebody that Arthur also knows very well. Been over 15 years working with a friend of his, and one of my big gigs was getting a Linux company, which was a Canadian Linux company, and a New Yorker big investor inside of it, to make this company from 40 people. We grew it to 200 with Asus by introducing our Linux desktop OS system that looked like Apple OS in 2007. And with this, Asus made $1 billion in revenue selling those mini notebooks, and we did double-digit millions with this deal. And I did 90% of that revenue came from me, and we grew the company from 40 people to 200 people. So after that, I decided to be an entrepreneur, and that's how I started my business, Tenezo and Big Data AI. And 2 years ago, we did the spin-off with CoinAnalyst, and CoinAnalyst is a baby that came up by hanging out with friends, in a Frankfurt pub. In those pubs, we drink apple wine in Frankfurt. It's very particular in Frankfurt area. And my friends were always telling me, and it was in 2017, how much money they were making. It's like similar to now. and after they told me how much money they were making, they were telling me the problems they were having, about, all my friends, millennials, never traded a stock in their life before, had the issue of, saying, hey, this is taking way too much time to research. There's, all those cryptocurrency projects, and they were not able to relax anymore, constantly watching at their smartphones. And after, that happened, they said also they couldn't, they got in troubles with their wives and their girlfriends because they always had to look at the smartphone. So and the last thing is, once they made some money, they wanted to invest in altcoins, and then they were worried to invest in scams, that they get in a scam. So that was my moment where I kind of told these people, guys, I do big data AI since 10 years. I can help you and build a solution. And that's how it started. Then I looked at the market, got together with some co-founders, and then built this next company up, and to basically build in this market that doesn't have transparency, like a kind of a Bloomberg on the information side for the crypto space, to provide transparency in the crypto space, and to solve all those problems that my friends had. And that's the start of CoinAnalyst. And because I'm an economist, it's so exciting to see the power of blockchain and what this could do, and how this could make the world actually a better place if all those developing countries would apply those things into their e-government. Imagine, just think about this thing, having smart contracts and blockchain. All this corruption would suddenly stop, and all this hyperinflation could even be stopped, because even that could be controlled. If you just look at Zimbabwe, how terrible it is, or Argentina, these kind of economies would really benefit from those strict rules and these smart contracts and those cryptocurrencies. You wouldn't have hyperinflation in those countries. Anyways, this is just a little passion on me. I'm happy to share now my screen, if it's okay. Do I have the rights to do that? Arthur, yeah, right.
Let's see what happens.
All right. So
there it is.
That's here we go. Good. So this is the long introduction, and now let's get right into it. So, one sec. Okay, doesn't want to. Okay. All right. I see. That was the problem. Okay. Here we go. CoinAnalyst. All right. The Bloomberg for digital assets and blockchains projects, right? So what we have seen is, in the traditional space, in the traditional market, stock markets, etc., actually you have an advantage if you have quicker access, to data so that you can have quicker a sale or a buy. And basically, the modern, these established markets, have basically automated. There's tons of algos already and working very efficient. So here we're talking about milliseconds for high frequency traders. That is very critical. In the crypto space, we are not there yet. We have a different landscape. The crypto space is critical because here there's another factor that is critical, which is the sentiment in the market is way more relevant now, and the importance of what people are saying, the rumors, the buzz of relevant people in the market, right? So it is actually important to follow all those news, all those rumors, and all those tens of thousands of investors, trading groups, influencers on Telegram, on the social networks, on forums, to get the market insight and to get an advantage. And this is basically what we are trying to do with our solution, because that's actually the game changer for the crypto trader. In order by having this kind of data near real time. So what does CoinAnalyst do? So we observe the market, we collect the data, all of it, the big data architecture. That's why it's important, and the more the merrier. And we analyze the data automatically. We check if what we are analyzing is positive, if the comments, if the sentiment per currency is positive, if we're looking for weak signals, which patterns are we seeing? Due to the fact that we have all those news, text, and comments in a database, we know exactly which word stands where, right? So we can see exactly which is statistically, what is the probability that certain terms appear in a certain time span next to, let's say, Bitcoin or next to Ether. And that gives you another, like we call it like a word signal of another indication, besides the fact that we are actually measuring the increase of popularity or the decrease of popularity by the fact that we measure quantitatively the number of mentions or the sentiment. If the sentiment is growing, is it getting more positive or negative on a time span? All these informations are very important and valuable indicators. Yeah, so that you can then apply also near the technical analysis. All right, so this is it. And what we have as a product is CoinAnalyst Insights. We have built a version 1, which has all the functions already inside. However, after having it now in a soft launch out in the market, we got some good feedback. And we understood now this is why we want to raise capital. Number 1 is to continue to develop in the product and make it more market fit ready. And this is basically converting that input that we got from those traders right now that have been using our product, that they would like this tool to look more like this. Here's a little overview, a lookout, a mock-up of how this tool has to look like, more like a terminal, and all our indicators that you can apply into a central chart. So that is the direction we're going. We have a version 1 that is right now looking differently, wide, and has a different background, and we're going to go to black and with a whole universe centering around the chart, right? So that is important to help us in the next step to be successful in our adoption of our product. So right now we've come across to a very important milestone, that we have actually a version 1, a totally working and functioning product. And the next level is now to make it totally market fit for traders, amateur traders, but also professional traders and institutionals. And the key benefits that I'm bringing to the table with our solution is that I'm bringing you all the fundamentals. The problem is with cryptocurrencies is that the cryptocurrencies don't have much fundamentals. We don't have price earnings, and all these kind of things are missing. So the key fundamental that we are able to get is news, press releases, news about those projects or about the industry, the sector, or whatever. So the news are critical, but there's too many news. There's too much news out there. There's a tsunami of news and information. And how to manage that? That's how we use our AI to help you filter the noise, to be able to just focus on the relevant news. So our AI does that. That's a big achievement, and we have found a very efficient method for that. The next thing is the sentiment that we are able to use. Also here we're using AI and other methods in our sentiment tagging, to be able to quickly understand out of all those comments in Reddit, in Twitter, in YouTube, etc. Is it right now is the buzz, the sentiment very positive or not about a project? For example, IOTA was a very popular currency, but it had a lot of negative comments. So that's something to watch for, right? Or Ripple is also like, so this is something I have to it's because if the people don't believe in it anymore, and then that's an indicator, and the trust goes down, the trust level, that is a killer for the price. So that indicates we see correlation of the price. Basically, if the popularity goes down, if sentiment goes down, we see often correlation with the price development. Last but not least, that is very unique of us, and unique that we as a digital, like a Bloomberg, and we're trying to be not just a Bloomberg for the elite, and we want to be also a people's Bloomberg. We want to be mass market Bloomberg plus institutional. That's the difference here in the crypto market, because the market is huge in retail and the institutional needs to still develop. It's still in the early stage. So our method and our strategy was always to have a strategy that the database, the base of the data, can be shared from both customer segments. Just the retail will have a very simple, almost simplified user interface, and the institutional will have more analysis capabilities. So we are the only one in the world to be able to do a scam detection. We have an alert, a scam alert. How does it work? We are using the crowd intelligence, and we have looked at some scams that are very popular in the market. Not sure if you ever heard about them, like BitConnect. If you have not heard about them, look it up. There's some funny, cool videos about enthusiastic people that then kind of lost all their money. Which is BitConnect is very famous for that. OneCoin, Plus Token, Cloud Token. There's a lot of projects of those, and those projects actually, they're not just a one-day project. Those scams tend to go for months. So with our method, which is a very simple methodology, just using statistics and thresholds and monitoring the crowd intelligence, the crowd feedback, the crowd voices, we are analyzing if people are saying, looking statistically, how many voices were saying that this company is a scam, it's a fraud, whatever. So when we start, we normalize this amount of noises, because there's always some people that are going to be trolling a company. So once that becomes our 0 point, and then we compare it with the next week. So if the next week then has 20% more voices than the previous week that say that this is a scam, then this is a threshold that is broken, and we'll send you a scam alert. And if you get 3 weeks in a row a scam alert from us, you might want to reconsider your investment. And that's how we are even protecting the small people with our thing to help you even there. And the last but not least, which I'm very proud of, is that we even have an AI-based forecast that will tell you, based on 25 algorithms, using our big data, using our sentiment in the news, based on those variables, our forecast gives you up to a 70% precision if the Bitcoin or Ripple or Ether is going to go up or down. I'm not going to give you an indication when to come in, when to sell, whatever, but I'm helping you, that I'm giving you an indication that it's going to go up or down. And then you have to still use your own risk management and trading strategy. But that's another very beautiful indicator that can be used. So all these things help you make better decisions, right? Especially by the fact that you have all the information in one place. Even an events calendar, that's we are planning on that. It's not yet integrated, but we're working on that. Having all the influencer opinions, all that. So that's
Pascal,
our insights product. Yeah, go ahead.
So would you mind, is there, back to the news feed for a second, and this is intended to be negative, it's just intended to demonstrate what you have. Is there any news feed or source that you can't get that you wish you could, that's relevant?
Basically, if I had the money, no, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I would like to be crawling on the Bloomberg, actually. That would be interesting, just because there could be some interesting news as well. But really, what I would like to have, this is money where we will be allocating once we have a proper investment in, is to get more access to the fire hose of Twitter, for example. That's right now, I'm using the APIs, which is for free. However, we know that the API doesn't give you everything, and I want everything if I can, right? And so that is basically that's some of my wish cases. And I can even do a contract with Facebook to get some more stuff. Even Facebook is not that relevant for us, but still, I would still take it. If I had the money, I would make sure I have everything. So right now, these are the two things that I would love to take if I can.
Good, that's super helpful.
Like contracts, yeah. Okay, so that's it from the insights product. And from a retail point of view, we thought about and thought, okay, what else is very important? What else is for a retail investor? And to be honest, I made my first million in the .com, and I also lost my first million in .com. It was a hard experience, it was bittersweet. How about that, but I learned that they can make money again, right? That's important. But the reason how I made the first million was I shared my insights with the people in my community, and then they also liked my picks, and so they got in, and then suddenly you help to get your special picks to become more popular if they are amazing, right? Obviously, only then. But so what I did is I created a sharing capability in my CoinAnalyst Insights tool that you can, and you see an interesting article, or interesting news, that you just click a button and then you can share it to all your social media channels, including, which is unique in the world, all your Telegram groups, because Telegram is the key messenger in the crypto space. Okay, and so that's unique in the world, and we have provided that and thought, okay, make it easier to share with your peers. Most likely you have some peers, you're exchanging, you're trading strategies, and just picking your brain and stuff, and sharing ideas. So I thought I'd try to make this more convenient. Okay, so looking at the market right now, we have 54 million Bitcoin wallets in the world, and it's growing. And we have 77 million FX traders already today. So we believe all the FX traders, we've been seeing this trend, are all going to become crypto traders. So we think within the next 24 months, especially right now with this bullish market, 18 to 24 months, we're going to have 100 million crypto traders, and all of them need to do something about information, and a portion of them are going to be willing to spend some money for their knowledge, for the information part. And I personally, if I'm investing more than $10,000, I wouldn't mind to invest $20 to protect my $10,000 a month, right? Especially with the gains that you could do in the crypto space. So this is a casual, amateur trader could start with $20 per month, $100 more intermediary. And if you're a corporate user, you can, an institutional, you can start with 500 euros or dollars. By the way, anything outside of Europe, we charge dollars, the same price, but in dollars, right? So it's going to be 500 US dollars. So you have a benefit by the fact that you're actually American and you buy our products. So it's $500. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we move on to more pricing, can you go back to the prior slide?
Sure.
And we have a question from the audience. Do you have can you describe how big the crypto market is among family offices, hedge funds, and other smaller institutional investors? And are they actively involved? So that might be really hard numbers. And that's my
I'm not up to date. I have my numbers a bit behind because there's been a big change this year. So I'm not up to date about the changes of this year. But let's say last year we had about 170 active players that I know about. And numbers say they're bigger, but we think there's about 170 active players, but it could be much bigger. So the numbers floating around are 800 to 1,000, whatever. It's difficult to say. It's very difficult to say. And now, especially this year, I've seen so much adoption. and so many more family offices that are sharing with me that they actually have also a certain position. Let's say many of them are taking 2% of the position in crypto right now. It's getting popular to add in your portfolio a certain percentage for crypto, so that there is a 2%, because it's high risk, high volatile, but to be actively involved and have a certain position on crypto. So the number, the dark number, could be way bigger right now. I'm thinking it could be in the thousands. I just talked today to a very big Spanish family office, a very powerful one, that talked to me, and they are invested in top 20 coins, and they're looking at our solution to help them monitor, their portfolio, because it is a lot of work to maintain, to monitor 20 coins, right? So with our system, we have an alert system that we will send you an alert even if there's any activity about a coin. So if there's any change in number of documents compared to yesterday or compared to last week, you can define the thresholds. Oh, there's going to be 20% more buzz about this coin, so something is up. You want to get an alert to read about it. So you can define that on sentiment, for positive, negative, for regular stuff. So all these kind of things are there for us as well, right? Besides the fact that you can just log into our tool and see everything in a nice overview. But so that's what I can say. Unfortunately, I don't have better numbers right now. I think 2020 is going to be exciting about the growth. But these numbers that I had with 170 were really active institutionals that I knew about, that were really active globally, and so had significant revenue also.
If you don't mind me making a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's almost impossible to figure out what family offices are doing about anything. But the thing that we do know, for example, as it relates to hedge funds, is Celsius, which you're familiar with, and Alex and those folks, they have a massive business, and I'll let you guys just figure out how big massive is, of taking in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptos and lending it out to hedge funds that are actively trading it. So we know that there's lots of interest in the financial world, aside from Absolutely. The news that we say day in, day out. So
I mean, unbelievable. Yeah. Right now, it's crazy how the institutional involvement is just nuts. I mean, we have PayPal involved. Like I said, my number is, and this is what, just take this as a feedback that one family office person told me, is that basically right now, the trend is, as I said, every family office eventually is going to have 2% of their position in crypto. That's what I'm saying. Just give it a couple of bit of time, because this is what the movement we see. It's becoming an accepted, digital asset, and it's an accepted asset class. So like in the old days, the derivatives that were high risk, and now everybody has derivatives, you're going to have in your portfolio, in your mix, a certain percentage of crypto. That's my feeling, and that's been feedback what I got from family offices. We have some very amazing old family offices here in Germany. Actually, I'm more excited about that. In my city, there's a family office that goes back to the Fuggers. One of the Fuggers are here, the Fokam family office I'm close to. They're also one of my advisors. The people that are managing that fund, this is a family office, over 500 years. So it's pretty funky stuff, what we have here in family offices. So this is what I'm hearing. That's what I can share. And I think time's going to be exciting. We're just in the beginning, guys. We're so in the beginning. This is going to be exciting. So keep an eye on it. And that's why you need the tool. You need the tool to monitor this. You need the tool to be on top of everything. Like Bloomberg has established itself, and obviously we're going to have competitors. We have competitors, but we are one of the early players. We have we have a history of being solid in our developing our tools, because I'm already doing this since 10 years. So there's a maturity level that we bring into the game that is giving me an advantage over others, that we know our stuff already since 10 years. So we're just applying customer experience information now to crypto. It's sentiment here to sentiment there. It's the same thing, just different category. All right.
Pascal,
So
since
anyway, so yeah,
brought up the competitors, Mary Jo has a question in how
sure.
is this better than altcoin alert?
You know what, altcoin alert, I have not looked at them in detail. I know the name is giving me a buzz, but right now it just doesn't come in front. I can give you another more sophisticated competitor. I have to look. Sorry, I just don't remember right now with altcoin alert. I have to look at everything, so I see many things that are coming up. But my most sophisticated competitor, in my point of view, is Sentiment. If you want to have a look at Sentiment, they even have a ticker called SAN, S-A-N. They would be a competitor that actually also had a lot of funding through the ICO. They raised 24 million when they finished the ICO. So that is, for me, like that, they have the deep pockets and we're able to do some amazing stuff, right? So this is a competitor. I say, okay, they play our alley. So everybody else, I have to look at it. I will get back to you if you send me your details. I'll look into it and I will tell you honestly. I'm very straight up. I will tell you what I like, what's better, and what I like, think where we are better, and so you have a good feeling for it. Yeah. Great. Same with Sentiment. Just to let you know, the strength of Sentiment, for example, is they have blockchain analysis, which we're going to buy now. We want to work with people together on that. And they are better there, and we are better on the big data side. I'm much stronger in covering much more data sources, forums, blogs, which they don't have as strong of a coverage as I do. So everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. That sense. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I can explain a little bit the business model, and feel free to ask more questions. We are at $20, as I said, 100 bucks. This is a monthly subscription. Anytime you can get out of it, 500 and 1,500. And then we have our API. So we can work with hedge funds. For example, if you want our data for your algo, for example, our sentiment value, we could do that. We can provide you with a number. Then, it's from -1 to 1, you will get a number that we can provide you with. All right. So that's something, or we can provide exchanges with data feed. So right now we are talking to several exchanges that are willing or are interested to have our data feed so that they can inform the people about the social media activities or social mentions. So that is another nice business model that we have. And if we just get 10,000 accounts, we have right now, for example, La Token has committed itself to work with us. La Token is a top 50 exchange. We are doing our IEO with them. So unfortunately, Americans cannot join on the initial exchange offering because this is not allowed because of securities. But we have an IEO there. And after the IEO, we will be listed at the La Token. However, for you as Americans, we offer equity. That's why we have this discussion here, and that's why we can have a talk. And we are open to have proper investors in coming into our company. However, La Token, long story short, is they have 500,000 registered users, and they want to upsell our product into their community, and we're going to do a revenue share. And when people are going to use our coin, because we even have our own coin, right? If they use our coin and buy our services, they will get 20% discount. So they're motivated to pay rather with coin instead of fiat, and this is how we get customer loyalty. And we actually have a real utility token because we actually have utility, because we have a product that we're selling. So we actually got from the German SEC an approval that we are a true utility token. Right? So it's called a no action letter from Germany. So just to give you that, because as we are a German located company, we took the work to work with the German SEC and get that approval and have all that clean, right? So our plan, we have now till end of March our IEO. That's where we're doing our fundraising. So we're trying to get funds in through the IEO, meaning selling our coins. And on the other side, talking to people like you, having some serious investors. As we have a big target, we want to get up to $2 million into our company in order to help and support the growth. So till end of March, we'll have our IEO, and then we want to be finished with the next version, which is going to be the product we're going to offer to the exchanges with our trader optimized version. And that is by May. And by then, we want to be able to make our numbers. And the goal is to make 900,000 in the first year, which I think is very achievable. I wanted to make sure I have a number I can meet, I feel comfortable with. This is just 5,000 paying customers. And like I said, La Token has 500,000 registered companies. So if La Token, we already have 2 exchanges, another one is called DX1, but just if La Token closes 1%, we could have our 5,000 customers. So that would already meet my number. So this is the goal. And then of course we have to grow fast. We want to push hard. 2022 is going to be hard. And then I think for 2023 to achieve that number, we will need another round of funding to push hard the growth. Here you can see, however, that I try to be I like to be profitable. So our goal is always to make sure we stay below our revenue and have positive numbers. So that's just for us. It's important for me to feel comfortable to be a profitable company, from the very beginning. So anyways, this is maybe a European mentality, so that you feel more comfortable, less not to adapt. It's important to me. Anyways, so this is just some financials. I'm looking to hire a COO. So part of the investment will be used to get some top people in our team. We believe we need somebody, with financial market experience and trading know-how, and that has access to brokers, because I think with that we can have a nice upsell business that we can offer brokers with our offering. And so that's going to be one senior position that's going to cost serious money. So that's why it's part of the funding process. Obviously, the growth, pushing hard our growth and talking with other exchanges, getting some B2Bs, and then continuing to invest in our product. Pushing that we have amazing algorithms, amazing sentiment, AI, and stuff like that. That is important to keep stay on top of things. Access to the data, which is expensive. This is the stuff where we want to use the money. And here are just a little view of the partners that we're in. We are part of the Enterprise Ether Alliance. We are, our legal partner is Taylor Wessing. It's a global international law firm, very famous in corporate law in Germany, especially. La Token. Kogia Intelligence is the other company of mine. That's the technology partner that we gave the technology with source code and everything to CoinAnalyst to be able to create their own fork. But the technology partner is my other company. And so, and DX1 is already our second exchange that we've won as a partner right now. So this is the status quo. Feel free. We have also a video about us to see everything about it. I'm more than happy to send you also the pitch deck, just a little pitch. Yeah. So that's it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more questions if you have some.
So
thank you, guys.
Pascal, yeah, all questions are welcome. If you played that video, would we be able to hear it?
I don't know. Well, it's just a general. Let's see.
Only if you want to.
I don't think.
Okay, just skip it.
It's that relevant. Yeah,
that's okay.
No, it's because a lot of repetition. It's just a normal video. Yeah.
Should we just mention what we're doing together?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. That's another exciting news, actually. If we want to, we're going to do a press release about that in January. I was hoping, if it's okay.
Go ahead. You can announce it to the group now.
Okay, guys. So this is a sneak preview for you guys. This is exciting for us. We have a cooperation with Family Office Insights that we're going to offer white labeling of our CoinAnalyst product. So that it's going to be a Family Office Insights dashboard. And for the family offices to be able to track the cryptocurrencies, and Family Offices Insights is going to offer this product to the community, to the Family Office Insights community, which is over 22,000 members. So it's going to be exciting for us, and it's going to give us, great exposure. And it's of course for us an exciting opportunity to have that, to have this opportunity, basically, to get that exposure, to be part of you guys. That's amazing.
And what's really helpful and interesting to me, and that it's going to be branded Family Office Insights, but it's really CoinAnalyst with no difference. In other words, it's just the same thing, but what Family Office Insights members will enjoy is just a price differential, or a differential in the time that you can use it without being charged a little longer than normal, just so you can get your sea legs and see if it makes sense for you. And of course, there will be, I want to say it this way because Pascal is tried to get me to take a revenue share and I'm resisting it. But what I told him is let's put whatever the revenue share might be in a bucket and make the product better or do something else with it. So that's just full transparency and disclosure.
Disclosure. Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, awesome.
Yeah. All right. So we have a question. What would your offering data-wise as to what groups have done what thus far in terms of, say, how much CRE they've tokenized only? Let me see if I can interpret this. Help developers' own families decide which group to go with and help tokenize their buildings, etc. So this is the tokenization of digitizing assets, which is not what you're doing, right? In other words, I think Andrew's question is, aside from what you're doing with CoinAnalyst, analyzing and providing information and alerts and help of existing tokens, you're not providing digitized capabilities for people to tokenize assets. You're just
no, but actually that's a big market I have not talked about. This is going to be the explosion of the digitalization. Is the tokenization of assets is going to explode this business, and even more need. You're going to have even more needs, like a product like mine that's going to monitor those investments and those new assets that are coming in. But yeah, definitely. So Andrew Leo,
I think what Andrew is getting at is, can you have a metric around use of the platform for this sort of thing so far?
Yes, no, because basically, I believe the tokenized assets part is going to be huge, and it's just a big wave to come next, right? Especially real estate is very hot to tokenize assets in the real estate space. We have a big real estate project in Switzerland that was tokenized at the beginning of the year. It was a $120 million project, a very beautiful object. That was in the beginning of January. So that's the big thing. So I think once you have those, our customers can add to our tool any token they want to be monitored. So we start with like the top 200 coins because volume-wise they're the most interesting ones. But any customer that's a paying customer we'll have a button, can add any coin they would like us to add, and then our crawler will just monitor this additional coin. So any new tokenized asset that any of our customer is monitoring or is getting into will have instantly also the monitoring of this asset. However, if there's not much news about it, I'm sorry, we're not going to have much news to show, but at least if there is news, you will be informed, especially also because we're going to add it. So that's basically how I'm able to track this space soon, because I'm able to handle any new token as long as it's listed somewhere, right? We need it to be listed.
So Anthony has a question that's relevant to that comment. Is it your intention, and could you, I think you could, to use this on any other asset aside from crypto?
Yes, and that's we already have brands for it called Stock Analyst and Forex Analyst. That's the next to come. However, and actually that's why we will then need to change the company name to AI Analyst, because I cannot be a coin analyst that owns Stock Analyst and as the brand. Like, this is different brands, but it's the same software. It's going to work. However, I have to admit, the old established markets are tough. I mean, that's why we want to be champion in the crypto space, and then we go to the bloody battles in the traditional space, because there's a lot of good companies there, and we're going to have some beatings there. But we're going to grab some market share.
Yeah, definitely challenges with the incumbent massive budgets of people who are doing this sort of thing in the publicly traded marketplace, but perhaps the private marketplace might be an interesting place to participate.
I believe, for example, even brokers, we talk to brokers. That's why I want somebody that has a network of brokers. The brokers right now are all interested to expand into the crypto space. or they just started. They might have a couple coins. I mean, if you look at eToro, a couple of those things, they're not really yet there, right? To cover all those beautiful coins. And basically, the brokers now say, okay, they would like to have content. They need content to get more customers, right? So, and brokers pay good money for those software providers that give them those contents, like my competitors in the traditional space. However, if I can come into those brokers and say, I'm the leader in the crypto stuff, because I'm going to be better than their existing partners because they're not that good yet in crypto, they are willing to take them out if I can cover the other spaces. So if I'm just a me too on the other stuff, that's fine, as long as I have leadership and different in the crypto stuff. And that's going to get us a lot of entries and licenses with the big brokers. So we've been talking to several, and that's the feedback. So we just need to get our jobs, the products done, but we need money and resources to get that faster done. But as step by step, we're working on it. If not organically, I'm gonna, faster or slower, we're gonna get there.
Yeah, Pascal is being a little self-effacing. The product is quite good the way it is.
Yeah, obviously. Thanks. It's working at least. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So this is definitely a way to go. This is so the only thing is we love the American market. The American market would be it's so powerful and has such financial potential. And it's just a pity, from my point of view, that the SEC is not playing ball. It's making it so difficult and dangerous and stuff. So that's why with the tokens, we can't offer anybody, because it's I don't want to be in jail if I come to the US, and I love to come to the US soon once these lockdowns are finished and we're gonna enjoy US the way it used to be. So that's why right now we're offering equity, but it's also why we're expanding also the other markets. But I hope that this will also sooner or later be better regulated, to be clear what is a utility token, what is a security token, just to clarify that uncertainty. And that's the issue about these tokens. So
yeah,
what we have.
It is about clarity. The regulatory environment is difficult and overreaching, my opinion, but I also think that there's been the duty, as it's stated, for the regulators is to protect the investor. And so since there's been so many scams, everybody's gun shy in the regulatory environment, that they don't want to lose their jobs. So they just, take the safe path, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anthony is giving me a hard time. The other thing that is super interesting is maybe you can share this with us, Pascal.
Sure.
In terms of the trends of what's happening non-US with tokens being issued as equity and or utility, is there clarity if you follow are the rules to follow that are clear, like you have? And is it just much easier, like in Switzerland and other places, in Germany, to be able to follow the rules?
I have to say that actually the German SEC has been quite avant-garde. They regulated the coin, even coin holding and the custodian and stuff. So basically, Germany is quite pioneering, and Switzerland is quite strong. But the Germans even beat the Swiss. Even so, Switzerland was first leading. And actually, yes, because I'm reading France. Andrew, ni hao, Andrew. 我很喜欢台湾，我爱台湾人. Okay. So because he wrote to me about Taiwan, and I love Taiwan.
Yeah.
So basically that even the French are right now trying to push to have a stake in this crypto space and blockchain development. We have to see cryptocurrency not just as cryptocurrencies, but every cryptocurrency is a blockchain project, really, right? And we have to look under it, what's behind this cryptocurrency, what project is behind it. And the blockchain is a beautiful and revolutionary technology that is going to be in our life everywhere. Basically, blockchain was the missing thing to really start the digital revolution, and that's why we right now, we're just like this is the revolution, industrial stage, and now we are in a digital revolution. Like when you saw the pictures of people going with the horses, and then in a couple of years later, people were all in cars. And right now we are on this kind of stage. I mean, it is that because big data is growing so fast. I can tell you that amazing algorithms that we've been using 2 years ago in the AI space, after 2 years are already not good enough. After 2 years, there are better algorithms out there that can do even much better than before. Like this is so, I mean, even for IT terms, I've never seen such a quick development and change. And you got to be really on your toes. I mean, we're talking about, light speed right now. So the world in 10 years is just going to be revolutionary again. Bam, like things are going fast. I mean, really fast. We might not notice it, but it's actually going fast. I mean, this is unbelievable in our lives.
Yeah.
Autonomous cars and stuff. So, and the blockchain was the one missing thing on the AI, the big data, to have that approval method, that you have, an authority with the smart contract, that you can define the terms, and you don't need a notary, you don't need a person to justify or to approve it, because you define it in the smart contract. And that's why this is a revolution. You will. I mean, honestly, I'm just think of me in a couple of years. Just look at the world. It's just it's crazy.
So a couple things. I will attest that it's not Andrea, it's Andrea, and she is definitely a she. So,
Andrea.
Yeah. And would you say tokenizing was possible prior to the advent of blockchain then? No, she was just joking. So I think. And then I have to give Anthony a little airtime here. He's given me trouble about my hair. He says I should put a picture of Marlon Brando.
You're looking good, right? Yeah, I like Marlon Brando, the Godfather.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
okay.
Fun. Thank you. So any other questions, please bring them on. We're going to put everybody in touch with Pascal.
Honestly spoken, I would like to ask you guys, because you're family office members on the other side. I mean, today I had my, a call with the Spanish family office, as I said, but, family office tend to be normally a little bit more conservative. And especially now, because you guys are US family offices. So I'm actually curious to see and understand, how do you feel about investing in the crypto space? What's your feeling about it? And would you do an investment in crypto now? Like, what in this group here that we have here, what's your feeling? And is this a topic that you're feeling already open about or not?
Yeah, go ahead. Answer the question if you guys want to put it.
I mean, because this is so exciting to hear, right?
Yeah. So don't everybody jump in at once. Sounds like it might be a level of commitment. I think you're 2%.
Don't worry. I just want to hear the general.
Okay, that's a good answer. Your 2% I mentioned is the right idea. And it's already begun. So look, I have,
even in the US side, so I'm glad to hear that.
So look, I have some anecdotal comments that there are just some that are the doors closed, and others are stepped up 2 or 3 years ago and said, okay, I'm going to slice off an amount of money that if I lose, it's not a problem, but I want somebody that really knows what they're doing to handle this for me, so I don't get into regulatory issues and completely lose all my money. And then there's some people that are just don't want to bother. Just like if you're a US investor and you want exposure to India, but you don't really need it, so why would you go to India? And I'm just using that as an anecdotal, like I don't really need to go there, right? So I think but the sentiment has gotten better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And which is one of the projects that we're working on, which I'm not willing to tell you about with Pascal, and so stay tuned.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do you see those questions, Pascal?
No, I'm actually a little bit, if I'm allowed to, I have to.
Let's see.
Sure, are you still seeing me if I look at them?
No, I'll read them for you. See how 3 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a Bitcoin question. Okay, so it's a Bitcoin commentary.
Okay.
Of course, blockchain and crypto are not the same. Who said that they were? Okay, now we're getting into sparring. Good, I love the action. All right, so Pascal,
Yeah,
comment. I'm gonna make sure we put everybody in touch, and and everybody will get a follow-up from Pascal.
Yeah, no, I mean, every cryptocurrency is using blockchain underneath it. If not, it's not a cryptocurrency. So that's the tie that you have. Sorry about that. With it, right?
No.
Sorry. Yeah. So that's the key thing. So there is this connection that every cryptocurrency has a blockchain beneath it, and many of those might even have its own chain. And in any case, it's a project that need to be looked at. Many are currencies. There's redundancy. We have 6,000 projects out there in CoinMarketCap right now listed, and in Feichang which is the Chinese CoinMarketCap, which are the coins that don't make it yet to CoinMarketCap, which are just known in China, which are the top 900 coins in China. So then that is another amount of projects that we're not even looking at right now with our 6,000 CoinMarketCap coins. So, that's already 7,000 projects right there. And actually, I was told when I was in China and Shenzhen that there's actually 20,000 coins, even more in there that are listed in just a single exchange. So there's so many projects out there. This is crazy. So, and like I said, the cryptocurrency have always a blockchain beneath it, and then it requires to look behind the project. What is it about? And so not all cryptocurrencies are just a coin, or just like let's say that Bitcoin Cash is just another fork of Bitcoin, right? Doesn't have much of a purpose. Or even my coin. I have a coin. My coin is an ERC20 coin. It doesn't have much of a purpose. It's just a utility token, right? But I actually have something very cool in my planning where I am going to be, I'm more of a Bitcoin maximalist, Andrea. But basically where we're going to introduce with smart contracts the stop loss 2.0. So that's going to be an amazing aspect. So we have an opportunity now, adding with these variables suddenly a component to revolutionize stop loss, because the stop loss is so boring, right? You just put a number, and we will going to introduce variables by introducing 5 trusted sources. Let's say in our channel, right? We have trusted sources, news sites, influencers that are trusted. If 5 trusted sources say that a project is a scam, we will have access to the wallet, right? If you leave the money there on an ERC, it must be an ERC20 token. We can catch the coins and sell it immediately, and not wait for your stop loss to kick in, which is, let's say, set at 5 or 10%, because the measures, the Oracle has the variables and says, okay, now we have 5 trusted sources saying scam, trigger the smart contract, sell the position instantly and minimize your loss. And that is revolutionary, and there's way more that can be done. I'm just very cautious because I could be sued if I sell your position and you didn't want it. So the conditions have to be good. But we just thinking of some stuff. This is there's so much excitement there that we can still do for fun. Which is going to come even from us, which right now is a very boring token. All right.
Very, very cool. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Pascal, as usual. Excellent. Well done.
I appreciate it.
We'll make sure everybody's in touch with each other, record this as I mentioned. And since I'm not sure it's true, but from the Marlon Brando doppelganger here in Florida. Thank you, Anthony. Signing off.
Doppelganger.
Signing off, and till next time. And as usual, thank you all for sharing your time. The only thing you can't make more of. See you next time. Thanks, Pascal.
I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And I hope I got some interest, and looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, bye-bye. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.